Hello, everyone. It's November 18th, 2025. It's Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. And I had no intention at all of doing Manowar today. However, I was looking on Facebook and it was popping up that it is the anniversary of Manowar, Kings of Metal. And this is the first album that I got from Manowar. So, figured, you know what, this is pretty fitting. We'll do this album today. Now, I didn't know anything about Manowar, and I only got three of the albums. This one, Fighting the World, and The Triumph of Steel. I think this album is a really good album. Fighting the World is a really good album. I kind of go bouncing back and forth as to which one I think is better. Triumph of Steel, it's got that long one where the song is like 28. I'm looking at it right now. It's 28 minutes. Yeah, it loses me. I'm not gonna lie when they want to do things like that. And then that's it. I never went into anything any farther with Manowar. Now a guy I actually talked about in that hair metal video, who was the drummer in the Poison cover band that I grew up with. Really, he loved hair metal, but he loved Manowar. He absolutely loved Manowar. And he's like, hey, you like Iron Maiden, you like Halloween, you gotta check this band out. So I did, and I got Kings of Metal first. I think it was the latest album at the time. Um, yeah, so like, hey, I'll buy the newest album, and was absolutely pleasantly surprised. Very, very good album. There's a couple of songs that, one of them is not even a song, where it's like, well, how do I rate this? And it kind of goes into that, would I skip it over? And if the answer to that question is yes, then it's not going to get a good rating. But this overall is a really, really good album, and maybe I think I got Fighting the World within a week or two, and loved that album. Then a few years later, Triumph of Steel comes out, and I listened to it, and it didn't hit as hard for me. And that's kind of where my tenure with Manowar kind of came to an end. But this album overall, I mean, there are peaks and valleys to it without a doubt, but overall, it's a pretty good album. And when I got the final ranking, yeah, I agreed with it. Okay. If you don't know anything about Manowar, they're very sword and sorcery, very epic. Um, a lot of the songs are anthems, absolute anthems. Some of them are ballady, but they're very Norse type ballady. They're very, something that you would expect to hear in the Conan the Barbarian movie, which their covers look like. They stay with this. They stay with this theme. As far as I know, even through today, I don't think they've done an album in a long time. Um, and I don't think I remember seeing. I think it was that. Oh God, the story of metal, where the guy he did the movie and then he did episodes, and one of them was um, like, oh my God, anthem metal. How do this type of stuff? Can't think of the name of it. And he had interviewed, I believe it was Ross the Boss, because he at the time, Ross had already been asked to leave the band, and he said, they hadn't played in the United States in years, and the rest of the guys in the band really, take this very, very power metal. This is the power metal episode. Take this very seriously, and really, since the United States hadn't embraced them and Europe had, which is, we see this a lot. We saw this with Rainbow, another technically power metal band. Probably the first power metal band. Um, and, what won't come, I don't think it's a matter of fact that they can't come to the U.S. to sell it. I mean, sure, they would sell, they'd be able to sell out ballrooms and theaters and whatnot. I think they just won't. I think if I remember correctly, the interview, and I haven't seen it in a few years, that they just won't do it. They will not come to the U.S. I think like Annihilator. I don't know if Jeff Waters even wants to come to the U.S. anymore. But at any rate, this is a pretty good album. I was very happy when I got it. I always liked it. It's an album I listen to maybe once every couple of years. But where it's great, it's unbelievably phenomenal. And again, it's got a couple of it's got one clunker for sure, and then one that I don't even know how to rate it. But we'll get to that when we get to that. All right, start off with one of the best power metal songs of all time, Wheels of Fire. I mean, it is absolute anthem. It is a 5. It is phenomenal. You can hear the motorcycles in the playing, not just in the sound effects. Wheels of Fire is the start to this album, and it is an absolute solid 5 without a doubt. The next one is Kings of Metal. It's a 4. It's a really good song, but it's not a perfect song. It reminds me kind of like of Judas Priest, and that's a good thing. Really, really good second track. I like it a lot. Again, very powerful, very anthemy. Great song. The next one is Heart of Steel. It's a 4. That's the ballad off this. Ballady, one of the kind of ballads off the album. Really good song. And again, this is when you hear this song, you think of like being in an old British tavern in like 483 AD or something, something like that. So, where it's, knights and Vikings and things like that singing it. So, definitely a solid 4. Sting of the Bumblebee is an instrumental, and it's a cover of a classic song. Originally gave it a 2, but they did a really good job with it, so I gave it a 3, and it is what it is. The next one is the Crown of the King, Lament of the Kings, and it's very choral. It's very, it's a lot of chorus, a lot of the entire band, I'm assuming, singing. It sounds like it's being sung in a great hall or in a throne room. Pretty darn good. It's a 3. The next one is Kingdom Come, and they come back with another perfect song. I love this one. Another anthemy. It's great. It's a 5. That one is phenomenal. I think I said the Crown and the King is a 3. Kingdom Come is a 5. Now, I guess this one, as according to Wikipedia, was only present on the U.S. release of the album, and I'm not. It's a 1. Pleasure Slave is a 1, and it has nothing to do with the subject material. It's very, it is exactly what the title is. It's a woman who's just being used as a pleasure slave by the warriors and whatnot. First off, it's lyrically, it just. Again, not the subject matter. I'm not sitting here going, it's misogynistic and blah, blah, blah. And that was metal at the time. Right or wrong, it was what it was. That was metal. It doesn't fit the album. The entire album are anthems and ballads of warriors and whatnot. And yes, I guess this is one of the victors of the spoils of being a warrior. It doesn't fit. And the song sucks. It's not a good song. It's a 1. Pleasure Slave should have been left off the album. It is an absolute 1. Again, it's not because I'm not sitting here waving any flag going, it's misogynistic and blah, blah, blah. The song just sucks. It's a 1. They do bounce back, though, with Hail and Kill. Really, really good song. It's a 4. Here's the kind of, I don't know, wild card in the deck, the Warrior's Prayer, because it's not a song. It's it's like The Princess Bride. It's a grandfather telling a grandson a story, but it's a spoken word thing. I don't even know how to. It's a 1. It's not a song. It's nothing I would listen to. It's something I would skip over every single time, and I do skip over every single time. It's a 1. They do bounce back with the centerpiece of the album, Blood of the Kings. It's a 5. Again, very anthemy. Slows down, comes back powerful. It is a great closer to the song, to the album. Average them all up. Sorry, guys. Average them all up. 3.5 rounding. You know, I round. It's a 4, and that makes sense. This is a 4 album. You know, it's got spots that are not great, so it's not a super solid 4. I can see that. You know, and again, Manowar is not a band I visit a lot. I do like these albums, but I'm happy with it just being, just making the range of 4. Makes sense to me. Good album. And again, man, when Manowar, the songs that are good, they are so damn good. So, all right, yeah, this was the anniversary of this album. Like I said, I wasn't even planning to do this album today at all. Had to listen to it a couple times throughout the day and get a refresher. So, all right, hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think of Kings of Metal. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. See ya.